Hello, everybody. Welcome to this session. I hope you are enjoying the event. Today, I literally scrapped everything I was going to talk about because something really came through and it was coming through really strong. And it is about becoming the medicine that you need for yourself. Now, this talk is for healers, for empaths, for trailblazers who do want to start something or they're already doing like a spiritual business or something like that. But it's also for people that don't really have an interest in that as well. It's also for people who just want to improve their relationships, who just want to improve their friendships, just want to improve their life. Because the truth is, every single person has come into this world with a medicine. And here is the catch, because today we're going to be talking about why you chose the life that you did, why you chose the parents you did, why you even chose the pain that you might have gone through. You might be thinking, why did I choose this health issue? Or why did I choose to manifest something, like being left at the altar, or like what I did, having like a really having to fight for my music career and then losing my voice, or my early childhood experiences. Because the truth is, when you come in, and I speak to so many people, they come in and they're already spiritually open, right? They're already gifted, they're already doing the work, they're already, sharing their medicine with the world. But they are like, why am I not able to heal this health issue that I have? Or why am I always having failed relationships? Or why have I got such a difficult relationship with my children or a difficult relationship with my parents? Like, why is this, I'm so advanced, like I've done so much work spiritually, and this is what people come to me with, and they say, but I just don't know why I can't heal this, or why am I going through this in the first place? And I just want to start off by saying that we are on earth. Like, none of us are meant to be this like perfect thing. And if you are a spiritual leader or you have a spiritual business, that does not mean that you need to show up as somebody that has got it all figured out, that has got it all together. If somebody is presenting themselves, I might get, shot down for saying this. If somebody is presenting themselves that they have got everything figured out and then they've got all the answers, that person is not telling you the truth. Because the truth of this existence is, and especially in spiritual leadership or in the personal development field, nobody can stand there and really say that they've got everything figured out and they've found the answer to life. Because the nature of this earth is that it will always ask you to peel off another layer and another layer and another layer. The first layers that we start peeling off and healing are layers within ourselves, just us, right? The things that we feel, our internal mind, all of that kind of stuff. The second layer that we start peeling is our family, our ancestral line. And even if we have kids, they will mirror different things back to us. And then the third thing that we start peeling is the kind of culture that we come from, or the family line, or just beyond the family line, right? Extended family, the culture, the race, all of that kind of stuff. And then we start doing it for the collective. But life is always going to show us deeper, and it's like, how deep do you want to go in the rabbit hole, right? Enlightenment is just it doesn't mean that you have got everything figured out and you know about life and all of that. What it means is that you have come to peace with this earth existence. This is my definition of enlightenment, and it is based on the Buddha. Um, it means that you understand yourself, you understand your demons, you understand your shadows, you understand the nature of this life, and you have found a way to be at peace with everything and manage everything until you pass from this earth, right? You have this real soul understanding, but it doesn't actually mean that you have all the answers, right? This is my form of my understanding of enlightenment. Maybe that might change, but it hasn't changed for a good few years. I'll tell you that, because I don't buy it when people say that they have got it all figured out, right? So that is one thing. So that's also giving you a permission slip to be able to come into this world and be authentic and meet yourself where you're at. The truth is, when the more authentic I am, the better clients I get, the better everything goes, because there's nothing that I'm putting on. Like, this is who you see. This is how my friends experience me, my family experience me. Like, of course, we have different sides, but authenticity just is simplicity. Like, it just makes life easier. And it also is permission to love yourself and show yourself exactly as you are. I do want to talk about the wounded healer archetype. She always jumps on. I try and say, give me a moment, but she always wants to be here with us. Right. The wounded healer archetype is, an archetype that has been existed for a very long time. And many of us here are familiar with the archetype. And the reason this wounded healer, the story of the wounded healer, is that the wounded healer may be a really great healer for other people, right? They could heal other people's pain, but they always have this wound. And they think, and everybody else might be thinking, why can't this person heal their own wound, right? But actually, it's not a curse. The wound is actually a calling. The wound is the place where you experience pain. The wound is the place where you experience the challenge so that you can discover the very medicine that you need to heal yourself and ultimately help heal others. So, what is your wound, right? It might be illness. It might be something that you have dealt with for a very long time. It might be heartbreak, repeated heartbreak. It might be a trauma that you've gone through recently or when in your younger years. And that is the wound where the light enters. There's a beautiful quote by Rumi, because it's in that wound where you start seeing what needs to be healed. It's the part of you that always stays connected to humanity. It's the part of you that demands humility. It's the part of you that demands that you don't go into your ego and that you don't get carried away with yourself. It's the part of you that gains insights and wisdom that you would have never attained otherwise. And the wound itself becomes the doorway to your power. Whatever the wound is around, whether it's around love, whether it's around health, whether it's around money, survival, or purpose, it's what forces you to actually find your unique medicine. Now, there are certain things that you go through in life that nobody else has the medicine for, right? Because I have had very dark moments in my life, very gone through dark night of the soul. And the places that I thought I would find the answer, I just did not find the answer. I went to, like, if we're talking early days, I went to religion. I went to so many places. I went to YouTube, I went to people, I went to spirituality, and I just actually could not find the answer. And that's how I realized I actually need to go through certain lessons in my life myself and find my truth, find my answer, and not be conditioned by other people and what they've gone through. And in finding the answer, I have to actually find the medicine. I have to find the medicine that is going to heal and alchemize my experiences, my challenges, and the lessons that I've gathered along the way. And it is the very thing that is going to save me. And the only way that I can find the medicine is to go through the tunnel, right? It's to go through the lesson, the situation, and not listen to anybody else because nobody else has the answer apart from me, my personal truth. And I want you to really ask yourself, what has that wound been for you? What is something in your life that you feel like, why can I not get over this? Why am I not learning the lesson of this? Is it in love? Is it money? Is it relationships? Is it just something that's just like repeated? And then I want you to ask yourself, how do you react? Are you desperately trying to get rid of the wound? Are you desperately trying to heal the wound? Are you desperately trying to find something that is going to, that you just don't have to be in it? And that's so understandable, right? Because there's certain things that are painful and we don't want to be in it. And we're thinking, why do I need to go through this? But what if you actually see this wound that you're dealing with, whether it be a health issue or whatever it is? Why not see this as an initiation? And I know we say this a lot in this community, and we hear it a lot about initiation, but the initiation is really to be first just accept that you are going through this and see it as I have been given this task in humanity to find a way out of this hole. And in finding my way out of this hole, I not only find the medicine for myself, I also find the medicine for others. And a lot of times what happens is even if you have not set out to, heal others, in going through something and finding the medicine, you naturally give that medicine to others. You naturally give it to people that you come into contact with. People actually naturally even ask you, how do you get through that? And you give them the medicine. And it's not always in a business sense, it's also in a life sense. And this is actually your dharma. So in Hinduism, when we talk about karma, when we say, karma is looked at as in a very backwards way. I believe karma is something that we have agreed to take on to as the wounded healer to actually learn those lessons so we can fulfill our dharma. And our dharma is our sacred duty to alchemize our pain into medicine. And this is not just for ourselves, but it is for the world. Because the medicine that you hold right now, or the medicine that you're figuring out right now, is the answer to somebody else's prayer. They are sitting there thinking, universe, bring me somebody that knows how to get me out of this situation. And the very thing that you have struggled with or are struggling with is what the world needs from you. And when you truly understand this, your healing journey actually becomes an act of service. And by healing yourselves, you will actually heal the collective. Everybody comes in with a natural medicine. There's also a medicine that you have that you did not have to go through pain or trauma or suffering to get to. It's something you most likely developed in a past life. And by walking into the room, you just give that medicine off, whether it be your radiance, whether it be your inspiration, whether it be your joy. There is a certain medicine that you already have, right? And then there's medicines that you have developed. And every single person has this. And you can really connect with your medicine by first of all just asking yourself, what is it that you need right now? What is it that you're looking for? Because you've come to this event, you've come to this event for freedom. And there may be somebody that has the medicine that you're looking for, or it might be you that has to find your own medicine. That's why when I work with people, I always work in a way where they do not see me as an authority, or they don't see me as the person that has power over them, because that's also something that is very old paradigm. I work with people when in the healing sense of they actually do half of the work, and I will be actually uploading some of my client case studies and talking, and we'll be going into how the healing works. And the reason I want to do this is because I feel like the power needs to be yours, right? You need to maintain your power. Like we have been in generations of like giving our power away. So when I do healing work with people, I get them to do half the work. So they reconnect to their bodies, they reconnect to their internal guidance, they reconnect to their higher self, and they reconnect to their power. Can I heal them? Yes, I can. But do I want to? No, because it's old paradigm, right? Because I'm not here to have authority over anyone or act like I've got the power over you and you don't have the power. Like that is not my vibe. So the number one thing you need to ask yourself is, what is it that you're looking for? Get really clear. Get really clear on what you're looking for, because half the time we don't have clarity around what we're looking for and we just get drawn to different people, right? But if you're clear, you will know, okay, this person has the medicine I need, or this is the medicine that I need to go and find. And another time is just reflect on times where it was dark night of the soul for you, right? We go through many dark nights of the soul, especially if we're in this spiritual quest. And ask yourself, what was the thing that helped you? Because I know as a child, when I was, my childhood was interesting to say the least. And in times where it was dark, I used music as my savior and my way out. Now I'm going to offer music to other people. And I do offer music to other people, right? I create music for them to heal them or heal an ailment that they have, because I anchor in the frequencies. And another thing that I really desperately needed as a child was acceptance and belonging. And now I create communities like these Finally Feel Free events where people are can experience belonging and acceptance. And my medicine is to completely accept people for what they are and not change them. Because like I said, there was times in my life where who I was not good enough at all. And I had to change. And that was caused me to fragment. It caused me to put on masks that I never want to wear again. It caused me to feel small. It caused me to feel worthless, and I don't want to feel these things again. And because I've integrated these lessons, they're so deeply integrated within me that I can actually not to another human ask them to change who they are. Because it's just when the integration happens, you just cannot do it. So how do you actually find your medicine? So once you've found your wound and you've found the thing that you're looking for and you've found the things that helped you get out of dark times, how do you actually find your medicine? Now it starts with three things. The first thing is pure expression. We do not want to make our medicine pigeonholed and in a box and like shape it and refine it. Like medicine is actually raw, unfiltered expression of who you are. So this means owning your story and all of it, right? No more filtering, no more shrinking to fit somebody else's expectations. This is your vulnerability and authenticity, and that's where your medicine is born. So let me give you an example. If you've gone through a certain situation in your life, accept it and just don't filter the story. Like sometimes, often, we are like caught up on, they tried their best and it wasn't their fault and da da da. And maybe I experienced like, you can literally say, if it's a childhood story, you can literally say, maybe they didn't mean to hurt me, but this is exactly how I experienced it. And we're not filtering anything because we're taking ownership for how we feel, really, and we're giving ourselves permission for how we feel. Why do we need to filter how we feel? And this is the thing with every single situation in your life, just accept the situation. Maybe if it's something like abandonment issues and you feel like maybe in relationships you always get left, just change that story as like, okay, well, I'm attracting people that seem to leave me all the time, and this is how I experience that. I like, just say it straight to the point. That is the way that you can truly find the medicine because that's the way you can truly find your wound. If you feel that you are unlovable or nobody loves you, that is the wound. But if you spend your time saying, like something else, like, oh, that person wasn't the right person, or whatever it is, I don't know, I can't, example's not coming, but like just the exact wound. The next thing is self-love. The foundation of all healing is love, and it starts with the love that you give yourself. And that means embracing the parts of you that you really don't like, that the parts of you that you've rejected, the parts of you that you have deemed unworthy. And this is hard work sometimes because the things that we really dislike in others, we have to reclaim in ourselves. There's a part of us that is reacting to that because there's other things that people do and we don't react. So when there's some things that people do and you react, there's something in there about not loving yourself enough or having that within you. So for example, right, if someone is rude to you and you keep attracting people that are like a little bit like over the top to you, you have to find the part of yourself that is like that. Maybe you speak to yourself like that and you don't even notice. Maybe you have inner talk that speaks to somebody else like that and you don't notice, or you do notice. Maybe it reminds you of a caregiver or a primary figure that you think is okay for somebody to talk to you like that, or you're familiar with that. And that is the part that you really need to figure out how to love yourself and what medicine does that part need. So that could be stopping that inner talk, finding out how to stop that inner talk, finding out how to stop that voice within, that anger within. Sitting with the part of you that maybe experienced that before and giving yourself the love that you need. And the third thing is radical acceptance. It is about accepting your wounds, your past, your story, and accepting your imperfections as perfect. Because there is no person in this entire existence that is perfect. This is why I really don't like like when people present themselves as they've got everything figured out, right? Your struggles are sacred. When you stop resisting what is and instead accept your life's journey, you step into your power as the healer that you're destined to be, whether you want to have a spiritual business or not. It's just a healer maybe in your family. You have to fully accept your story, who you are. And this means getting rid of all the different identities, because sometimes we create identities, we create alter egos that say, that our ego creates to protect ourselves and tell ourselves a different story and rewiring. This is why sometimes you have to be a bit careful with like overriding and bulldozing, because there's a lot of medicine in deep acceptance. There is a lot of humility that comes with that. I feel like life has humbled me beyond anything. And the minute I get my ego crops up like 10%, universe just slaps me down. So these days, I am just who I am, right? I am who I am because I have chosen this body. I have chosen this life. I have chosen my parents. I have chosen the challenges that I have been through and the challenges that I'm going through and the challenges that are yet to come. I have chosen the medicine that I have discovered. I have chosen the gifts. So, what is the point of not accepting it? What is the point of not loving it? And what is the point of not expressing it? Because once you have radical acceptance, self-love, and pure expression, you now can share that medicine with the world. You can share that medicine in terms of storytelling. You can share that medicine in terms of coming up with innovation or courses or products. You can share that medicine in terms of healing. But there is one thing that will stop you sharing that medicine. And that is something that I have spoken about if you follow my work. And that is the ancient wound of persecution. The ancient wound of persecution is the fear of being seen, judged, and rejected. Historically, healers, mystics, visionaries, anyone that was just different have been persecuted for sharing their gifts, for sharing their medicine. And this wound is embedded in our collective psyche. And this is why sharing your medicine feels so vulnerable. It literally feels like you are going to die. Now I'm talking to the people that want to share their medicine out into the public, or the person in their family that says, "Hey, the way we're doing things right now is not good, and I'm not going to be part of it." Or the person that's been in a relationship and says, "Hey, like there's some stuff that we're not going to do anymore. Some stuff we need to talk about." And this brings that feeling in your heart, in your throat, right? Even when you're going to communicate your truth, after going through all this journey and finding the wound and finding the medicine, now you have to communicate your truth. And your heart starts racing and your throat closes up because your body is remembering this ancient wound of persecution and it's saying, hey, I don't know if we should say this right now because the last time, someone in our ancestral line said it, we got killed. Or the last time, in a past life where we said that, we got like murdered for that, right? So, and I use those words because it's the truth. We got burnt at the stake. So that is real. And I'm not going to give you like advice like just get over it because it's very real. It's embedded in all three layers in our physical body, our emotional body, and our spiritual body. And every time before I'm going to do something, I feel like I'm going to die sometimes. And it's about sitting with that. This is why you need your medicine. You need the medicine, whether that medicine be singing, dancing, art, talking, storytelling, writing, whatever it is that has helped you in a dark time, you need that. You need that every step of the way in your life because that is going to help you share your medicine with the world. And this is, remember, not like an option, it's your Dharma. It's what you've come. It's why you've come into this life. It's why you've taken on these certain challenges. And the world actually needs your medicine more than ever. When I say the world, it could be your family, it could be publicly, whatever it is that you're doing. Because right now is very much, we're being called to rise, we're being called to speak the truth, not just speak. There's people out here with overactive throat chakras, just speaking. We're called to speak the truth, our truth, to offer what you have healed within yourself to others. And this is how you transcend the fear of persecution. We want to make that fear extinct by recognizing that your medicine is way more significant and needed than your fear. Because you are the medicine, you are the answer you've been seeking, and the world is waiting for you to share that unique essence. And your life, your healing, and your journey are sacred gifts, not just for you, but for humanity, for the collective. So my invitation to you is to really honor your journey, honor your wounds, love yourself fiercely, every single part, and offer your medicine to yourself first and foremost, and to the world with courage and grace, because you are needed, and your medicine is a unique medicine that nobody in this earth has. And I've created a really exciting offering. One offering is you can work with me one-to-one. You can purchase the golden circle where you get the session with me, and we can do a session, for like half an hour, and we can also talk. So that's something that I only offer through these events. And then through that, you can work with me one-to-one, or you can straight away jump into working with me one-to-one. And we can really do that deep healing work and also finding your unique medicine. And if you want to have an alternate route, I've created something really exciting, which is the Soul Star Temple. And this is a monthly membership, right? And it is so exciting. So I've been running meditations for the longest time. So in the Soul Star Temple, every new moon, we do a channeled meditation together. And as we are a collective, when we meditate together in different parts of the world, it is very, very powerful. We do that on the new moon and the full moon. We go really deep within ourselves. And the meditations are always channeled based on the cosmic energies, right? So we're always in sync with the universe. So that's twice a month. The third thing that you get in a month is a healing circle. Now, this is such a beautiful vision because we are all going to come together and we are going to find and practice using our medicine to heal others and also to heal yourself. So people in the healing circle, they come forward one by one, and you can actually ask a healing question. You can talk about what you've been struggling with and something you want guidance for. And of course, I will offer my healing abilities, but everybody else in the group will also send healing to you with their own unique medicine. And in this way, the person receives healing. And if you want healing, you can step forward, and everybody also gets to practice with their medicine. So that's beautiful. And we also on the same day have a manifestation circle. So we, heal what needs to be healed and we manifest together. So if one person comes forward and they say, hey, I want to manifest a relationship, we all in the group visualize that person having the relationship. And this is so powerful. I've done this. It's such a powerful ritual. I've done this with so many people that really felt they just could not get what they wanted, and they did. And we always manifest from the soul. We always manifest what we want from our journey. And you also get a channeled sound transmission every single month. So that means I tune in to the group and I create the sound, I create the song, the soul song that you need for that month, that you can really, so the one that I did in the opening ceremony, a lot of people felt it was solar plexus energy because it's from the sun people, and it's a song of freedom. So that is also going to be laser focused to the energy of the group. Now, this is 1111 pounds for the whole year, which is insane because it's normally 3333. but it's 1111 if you jump in it now. And it's also, or it's three installments of £375. And this is for the whole year, right? So this, we're meeting like 3 times a week. And it's insane. And there's limited places. Sorry, we're meeting 3 times a month, every single month. So if you want to be part of the Soul Star Temple, put your name down on the wait list. All you need to do is fill out the form. Please only put your name down if you definitely want to be part of it. If you have any questions, you can email our team. But other than that, put your names down on the wait list and we will contact you. We will send you a link to be part of the Soul Star Temple and the date when it starts. And we also have a WhatsApp group where we're all going to stay in touch. So it's just like community all the way, right? And I just would love for whoever feels called to being in that Soul Star Temple, and it is the first opening for that as well. So I really look forward to seeing you there. Thank you for listening to this. Thank you for being part of this event. Thank you for your time, your effort, and just being who you are. Namaste, sending you so much love and hope you enjoy the next segment.